This is Brawn. This is Brawn. And this is Brawn. But this is the Brawn du jour. This is Studio Series 1986 Brawn. How he appeared in the aforementioned movie. And how long did he appear in that movie? Yeah, long enough to get a toy, I guess. So let's take a look at the head sculpt with his gray bucket head. Does remind me a bit of Magneto's helmet before he matches it to his outfit, or
I'm the Juggernaut, bitch!
yeah, him. It looks how it's supposed to. Although some people said it looks a little too small for his big head. Looks good. Looks a hell of a lot better than this one. The only knock I still have against this figure is that freaking face sculpt. We have to talk about this guy. And my one slight qualm is the backpack. I wish the backpack tucked in a bit more. It sticks out a tiny bit. It also feels like it doesn't really lock in, but it does. It's a little bit loosey-goosey. Other than that, I quite like this figure. The color scheme of green and yellow uh, certainly works. I'm not sure. It's hard to think of others who are green. Oh, Roadbuster. Never mind. Just give a close-up shot. I definitely like him more than the Titans Return because he actually looks like a filled-out robot, much more so than a robot made out of car parts. Why are you still here? Only for this review. Other than that, he's got a gun. That is certainly a gun that he never even tried to use. Articulation-wise, his head can swivel. And that's about it. Mind you, when I bought this toy, there were a couple others on the shelf, and each one had a stuck neck joint right out of the package. And this brings me to this point. To unstick his neck, you inevitably have to pull down on his chest because the chest doesn't tab in. I wish it did, but the cool trick for this part, I guess, negates tabbing in. We'll have to see in vehicle mode. Shoulders are ball jointed. Nice range all the way out. You do get a bicep swivel, which I was trying to activate instead of the ball joint. Bicep swivel. Deep elbow. Beyond 90 degrees. Even kind of inhales part of his elbow on the way back. Although it still leaves an unfortunate wizard sleeve gap right there. And no wrist swivel, but his hands can fold in for transformation. His arms can also do this for transformation, which I don't know if you want him to be shooting from the hip, but you know, it seems like a very G1 thing to do. Hips or not G1, because G1 toys don't have hips, but the waist, the hips can move, and the waist can rotate, although it does get hindered by the backpack until you get the backpack out of the way. Hips go forward and backwards. Again, backpack all the way. He can totally Van Damme it up. Because he is a van. So, sort of. Thighs, nice and swivelable. Knee, the only unfortunate hindrance, because it can't quite go 90 even with the backpack out of the way. Right, that's like almost 90, but not quite. His ankle can break quite a bit, and his toes and his heel can fold in. Or you can do a G1 callback and extend his legs. And he can kind of stand there, trying to mirror that. Yes, he does look like a Cylon. Good old lanky McGee here. Just in case you didn't believe me, he can stand. And there's some hints at upcoming reviews. But yeah, take that. He just needs to be really balanced properly. Anything else in robot mode? I don't think so. He's a cool robot. I like him. He's very solid. He's nothing crazy, but he does the job well enough. And he can even take his spare tire and wield it, sort of. Then you can plug the gun into it and make believe that his gun is now firing tires. The Stay Puft Marshmallow Gun. The Michelin Man. Michelin Tires. I know it was quite a stretch, but I'm just going to reach over here for some jokes. Oh, I didn't find any. Oh well. Or you could plug the gun into his backpack for storage mode. And I guess he can throw this like it's a Beyblade. Let it rip. Starscream definitely let it rip on him. Anyway, I think we have to get to the van mode. So, gotta transform some vans. Or Jeep mode. So, to transform the demolitions expert with Little Man Syndrome, let's start by taking off his gun, and we'll proceed where we were with the legs. Fold them down, fold them down. We're gonna come to his backpack, bring it all the way out, and we can fold his head down. And we can do the really cool thing I was talking about, where we rotate the front of the grill up into place and put his head back. I really like that. It's a really cool idea. So the arms, we can rotate them all the way down, just like we did earlier. We're going to want to fold them up like that into his back, like this. Just going to put the windows in the right spot, and then we can rotate the arms so they'll tab together, and fold down the wrists, because the wrists are going to plug into the rotated waist after you rotate it, obviously. Plug the arms together, tab them into these nubbins right there. And once you got that lined up, you can push the windows back into place because they might come out. And actually, we'll leave the backpack. Fold the leg in all the way. So the foot goes into the cavity where the arm was, and it tabs in all the way and forms one long side of the vehicle, hopefully. Yeah, but do the same thing on the other side. Hopefully it comes together properly. Most of the time it doesn't want to. Bring the backpack down, and its flap is going to tab in and over these two right here. Like that. And hopefully you have a Jeep mode that actually holds together. You know what? Just because it's going to bug me, I'm going to rotate his face. You can actually see where the joint is right there. Do that. So he's not staring at you. And you have one little Jeep. I like that transformation. It feels very similar to the Bumblebee movie one. Like the skeleton of the transformation, with legs folding over and arms folding in, feels very similar. I completely understand why. It makes sense as a conversion scheme. And I can't tell which one is worse, the head hiding there or the head hiding there. They come out with two completely different vehicles. And then you've got this guy, who only exists to fit a Titan Master. And I don't have any spare Titan Masters to shove in here. You'll just have to imagine. This is a very cute vehicle mode. It is a Jeep. It's a different Jeep to the Hound. I think Hound is the more common one you see around. I'm not 100% sure what model of Jeep this is, but it looks good. The powder blue windows going almost all the way around until you reach the back windshield and realize nobody can look out the back and see anything. Wheels roll fairly well. Unfortunately, I don't think you can plug the spare tire in, because I don't know how much effort it would take to actually remove one of these wheels, and I'm worried about breaking it, so if somebody wants to try it and see, feel free to let me know. I'm not going to try too hard. Although, this tabby transformation does get on my tits just a little bit. It so very rarely wants to actually stay together in this mode. Like, as you can see, this panel doesn't want to tab in securely. Like, I'm trying, but it just does not want to give me the time of day. And then it'll kind of bulge this bit out, and like, it's not a deal breaker. And a lot of the times I will get it to actually sit and compact comfortably. It's just kind of annoying, honestly. At some point, it'll just bend to my will, as all things should. Overall, I like this vehicle. It's cute. It's quite compact. Definitely doesn't feel like a deluxe anymore. It's definitely bigger than a core class these days. I don't have any good comparisons. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's much bigger than core class, but it's on the very end of small deluxes. Wheelie. Like, if it weren't for that drill tip, they'd be almost the same length. Uh, what's a longer deluxe? Legacy. Yeah, see there. That's a good discrepancy in deluxe class these days. And this is also a very rare toy, at least nowadays. Ooh, that's also a bit of good foreshadowing. Let's plug the gun in. No other ports on the vehicle mode to plug anything in. You just got a roof mounted turret, which is fine. I like it. I like it. Somehow it reminds me of a hamster. Never had a pet hamster. I imagine it'd be something like this. Just a little fistful of adorable. So, I don't know how hard this guy is to find. This wave of Studio Series and the Legacy toys, Legacy Evolution toys that came out around the same time, seem to have like come and gone, kind of. I got him at Comic-Con all the way back in September, and it has taken me way too long to actually review him. Because I tried to film this review once, and I had no audio, because my audio was up. So, here you go. I hope you enjoyed. And see, I've gotten another orange or yellow shirt since the last time. Anyone who's wondering where my Hulk shirt is, Brawn! Keep it weird. Oh yeah, Tommy, Betsy. Apparently, my grandma doesn't like you guys being in my videos. You have to go. She says it looks unclean. Huh? Do you want to disagree with her? Oh, bye.